What would happen if all the biological limitations of the human body were removed? Movements impossible for humans are suddenly possible for a robot. Its arms can rotate backward, and its torso can spin all the way around. After years of relentless engineering, where the limits of the human body end, the story of Boston Dynamics Atlas begins. Do you remember the hydraulic Atlas that spent years showing off on YouTube, jumping over obstacles, running through parkour courses, and becoming almost a celebrity in the robotics world? That version is now just a memory. The new Atlas is fully electric, quiet, and built for a completely different purpose. Lifting a 50-kilogram load around the clock might sound like a small detail, but if machines like this ever become our competitors, what would that really mean for us? If you're ready, let's step into the world of Atlas. At CES 2026, everyone was waiting to see it. And when Atlas finally stepped onto the stage, it was nothing like the bulky hydraulic machine we were used to. Instead, it moved with confidence, precision, and a level of control that felt almost effortless. The clumsy mechanical steps were gone. On stage, it almost seemed to glide. The natural motion in its knees, arms, and joints, combined with the balance in its torso, created a strange feeling in the audience. This robot looked unusual, yet incredibly natural. And the reason behind that impression is its unique design. Now think back to the old Atlas. It looked angular, with exposed cables and rigid mechanical lines, almost like a laboratory experiment walking around. But today, things have moved to a completely different level. Smooth surfaces, softer contours, and perfectly balanced proportions define the new design. Its body proportions are also surprisingly close to a human's. Standing about 1.90 meters tall and weighing around 90 kilograms, it still doesn't look bulky or slow. Every component feels intentionally placed, as if each part exists exactly where it should be. For many people seeing it for the first time, it didn't look like just another robot. It looked like an industrial icon. Even though it wasn't born in a garage, it already feels like the Apple of robots. When it comes to its design, looking at it from the outside isn't enough. Atlas was optimized for thousands of hours of continuous operation, high maneuverability, and maximum efficiency on factory floors. Most importantly, it's no longer just a showpiece. It's being built as a future coworker in the factories of tomorrow. Atlas is already making history as one of the most capable humanoid robots ever built. But appearance alone can't turn a robot into a legend. The real magic begins when the motors inside that metal body start moving. The technical specs say it has 56 degrees of freedom. In real life, that number translates into one word: freedom. When you compare it to human biology, our bodies suddenly start to look limited. Its shoulders don't just rotate like ours. They move far beyond that. Atlas's joints can bend into angles the human body simply can't achieve. With a single motion, it can rotate its entire torso 360 degrees. For a human, doing that without even moving your feet would be nearly impossible. It's a master of carrying loads. When Atlas lifts a 50-kilogram load, there's no back pain, no strain, no change in the way it moves. There's no shaking, no hesitation. It simply carries the weight. It slips through tight spaces and clears obstacles as if they were never there. Already hear the question: what happens when the battery runs out? Atlas slows down and heads straight to its charging station, without waiting for commands or human instructions. Instead of shutting down somewhere on the factory floor, it replaces its battery in just 3 minutes and goes right back to work. No sleep, no fatigue, no meals, no muscles complaining that they're tired. What do you call that? Zero downtime, zero loss, endless shifts. And beyond the factory floor, Atlas is also built for the chaos of the outside world. It keeps working at the same pace in temperatures as low as -20 degrees Celsius and as high as +40 degrees Celsius. Wet surfaces, oily floors. It keeps moving without losing stability. Panic? That's a human weakness. Early estimates suggest Atlas could initially sell in the $150,000 to $200,000 range. But with large-scale production reaching around 30,000 units, analysts believe the price could eventually drop to the level of a mid-range SUV. What sets Atlas apart from its competitors isn't just its body, it's what's hidden in its mind. Its mechanical spine and control system were developed by Gemini Robotics. This isn't a simple command system. If Atlas needs to move a part, it calculates and analyzes the part's weight, grip angle, surrounding obstacles, and the safest route, all on its own. The biggest breakthrough? If an Atlas in a factory on the other side of the world makes a mistake, that error is converted into data. That data is uploaded to the cloud and instantly shared with every Atlas on the network. When one Atlas learns from a mistake, all other Atlases learn it too. One error becomes a level up for the entire fleet. This technology, which expands beyond biology, can take a problem that was once complex and turn it into a routine procedure within 24 hours. The system even has a name, the Data Factory. It all comes together in a single 3D vision. Google DeepMind built the AI infrastructure, and Boston Dynamics took that intelligence and embodied it in elegantly designed robots. Boston Dynamics has now moved beyond a lab project, merging with Hyundai's massive production lines to create a true industrial powerhouse. This massive scale is opening a whole new era of growth for robotics-focused investment funds and tech stocks. The place where Atlas shows true personal growth is in Hyundai's factories. Here, the term Data Factory comes to life. For Atlas, this factory is its laboratory. At first, it will handle basic tasks like delivering materials to the right place and organizing them. The very first step in its career. The second step will see it proving itself on critical assembly line operations. And the final stage, working shoulder to shoulder with human colleagues on the factory floor. Every task it performs, every mistake, every success is replicated across thousands of copies. Nothing goes to waste. By 2028, 30,000 Atlas units are planned for production. This isn't just about joining the workforce. It signals the dawn of a new era. Robots aren't coming, they're already here. This technology will spread from logistics hubs to massive warehouses. An Atlas working 24/7 in a logistics center can repay the investment made in it in just 18 months. This rapid return explains why Fortune 500 companies are lining up already. While the hourly cost of a human worker rises with insurance, breaks, and meals, the per-hour cost of a robot like Atlas is expected to drop below $3 by 2028. This is nothing short of a revolution in global production costs. Atlas looks just like a human, but there's one difference. It's freed from every human weakness. It never forgets, it never tires, it never stops. For some, that's a threat. For others, it's an opportunity. But here's the real question. If we leave our children a world where robots do everything, how will we teach them what it truly means to be human? Leave your answer in the comments and subscribe, because what comes next will change the way you see this industry.